Good morning. The sun is shining. I had a fresh shower. Finally clean clothes, which is really nice. It is 10 o'clock and we are ready to head out. Just need to bring the keys back. So we're quickly gonna pop into the reception. So let me quickly do this and then I'll tell you what the plan is for today. One moment.
Okay, let's look at the map first. We started from Karlstad, heading more east, but then we decided to head back to Norway, so we crossed the border and ended up in Helvete. Today we want to go further west, and we hope to end up somewhere around Geiranger.
Done. So, once again, I planned a whole route on my GPS, the device itself. And once again, I wake up in the morning, I stick the device on my bike, I tap the route, and it says, I cannot calculate the route for you. Again! What's up, Garmin? Planning a route on the GPS itself is already quite the hassle. But then to wake up the next morning and it tells you I cannot calculate it, I'm like, how? You did it last night. What changed? Like, nothing changed overnight. There's no map updates or settings changed or whatever. I even started the route last night, but because I left it untouched for so long, I guess it quit the route again. And now I can't start it up again. So yeah, that's pretty frustrating, but I do kind of know where we're going, so I'm going slightly by head. If we make it, depending on how long our stops in between take, we will actually end up in Geiranger, which means we will have crossed the entire Norway from east to west. But that may be a little bit wishful thinking. The route was a total of 5 hours, which should be very doable, including the stops. But yeah, you never know what you come across in between, right? However, there are some nice scenic routes coming up. So let's have a look. Alright, I got a little bit of highway done just to get here. You can see on the other side, well, you probably can't. On the other side of the border, that's actually the highway. So I chose the, let's say, the touristic route on this side of the border that goes all the way up. And then we should end up in a town called Lillehammer. And for those of you who used to watch a series back in the day called The Sopranos, about the mafia in America, which was an awesome series, afterwards there was a spin-off, and that one took place in Lillehammer. So I'm pretty excited to see that place.
Who the fuck am I looking at? Who the fuck are you looking at?
Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck am I looking for?
And the plan is also to have some lunch and coffee over there. Well, brunch I should say, because I haven't had breakfast yet as well. And I found a nice little place there that should have good options for breakfast / lunch. So let's enjoy this road and then have some food. That was perfect. A little bit on the fancy side, but yeah. But it can't hurt to do that once in a while. Sometimes I just love spending a little bit of more money and then sitting in an awesome place with really good food. So now we are headed to a place where I think we're gonna see some beautiful nature, and we are going to follow a small part of the Norwegian Tet to get there, and afterwards we're gonna continue on the Tet because there's an amazing road I wanna see and show you as well. But let's first get to this natural wonder. I think I may have overeaten as well. Boy, am I full. And I must say, Lillehammer actually looks like quite a nice town. So my GPS wants me to go right here, but we are following the Tet, so we're going left. We know better. We end up at the same point anyway, so this is beautiful. You know, Lillehammer might be a nice balance between living on the outskirts of a big city but still having like a city nearby, because that's where I'm most comfortable living wise. Like, I used to live in Rotterdam in the Netherlands, in a really big city. I kind of loved it because you got everything you need up close, you got people around you. But yeah, at some point I grew up in Belgium in the countryside and I started missing that as well. So now I kind of live in the suburbs just outside of the bigger cities. So you have the calm and peace when you're at home, but if you're feeling like partying or, you know, being around people on a terrace, having some dinner, whatever, then you can, because the city isn't far away. And oops. Oh no! I was following my GPS instead of that. I'll have to turn around. Let me do that first. So as I was saying, you have like quite a big town. I mean, you could almost call it a city probably, with everything you need. But there's also the nature, there's water, there's this nice little stream and waterfall, as you saw where I was sitting to have my my lunch. So yeah, that looks like a pretty awesome place to live actually. This is where we need to be, and then oh, even up here. Car coming. Come on, you can do it. I was in the wrong gear. Okay, now we are really on the on the right road. This is climbing fast. Oh my. Let's see if we can find a viewpoint. You see Lillehammer. Wow. Yeah, that's quite a big city. Looks lovely. I may do some research on that. You never know. They can't be bothered. I guess they're used to the traffic here. Oh. Where are you going? The Helvete Potholes. So we're gonna continue on foot here and see what these potholes are all about. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's about 1.5 kilometer walk in total, and these potholes, they're made by water, obviously, but apparently since 9,000 years ago. By now the river took another path, so that's why we can actually go in the potholes and walk around over there. So this is still fairly doable. But then when we get to the potholes, it's going to be pretty steep down, so we'll see how that goes. Because of course I've got my motorcycle boots on, which is better than sneakers, but still. So let's have a look what these potholes look like. It's really deep.
Let's get down there. This is also where the path starts being tricky. But look at that. We're getting there. We made it down. So this is only one of the potholes. They are about 20 meters wide and 50 meters deep. How crazy is that? And we can actually keep going right through there. As you see, these little red arrows here pointing the way. So we can just keep going here. So, as we are in one of the slightly bigger ones, although I don't know what's coming up, but this already looks like quite a bigger one. These were formed by the water flowing through. Obviously, there's many caves. But the reason they are so circular is because when the water is flowing at high speed, sometimes when it makes a bend and it's going at very high speed, the water will start going in circles, and that's when it starts pushing out these circular potholes, basically, instead of just carving out a pathway like it normally does. And here it did it a couple of times, so that's why we have multiple potholes like this in close succession to each other. I'm hearing a lot of water over there, so I think it's going to be a tiny waterfall. Let's have a look. Wow. And we actually get to go up over the waterfall. So I've actually been missing out on quite some information because I saw these posts, but I don't know what that means, so I figured it's just some kind of waypoint. But then I was looking back and I saw something else. Pool here. Oh my god! Who knows what I've missed? At least I got the most important, right? Okay. Let's keep going. So, according to the arrow, we're going back up the stairs there. But I kind of quickly want to see what's over there. Wow. I mean, sometimes it's these little things. Like, I barely saw it on the map, this, and then figured, that looks pretty interesting, let's go there. I mean, it's amazing. Just the views alone. It's so calm and quiet here. It's nice to be off the bike for a bit sometimes. Okay, let's go up those stairs. Sometimes you should not forget to turn around and look back behind you as well. Because the same view you saw a few moments ago can be absolutely different if you turn around and look back from the other direction. Especially after climbing halfway up these stairs. Wow. That's deep. This would be the perfect spot to fly my drone. Unfortunately, this is a nature reserve area, so I can't. So we'll have to enjoy the views like this. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can still hear the water running down there. not afraid of heights, but this is making me doubt it. That's where we were all the way down there. You can see some people down there. They're making their way through now. And this way you can kind of really see what the potholes did, because you have like one big one there, oops, and then one there, and well, these are not really potholes anymore, but they're still behind around the corner. There's also a few, but we can't go there because that really drops off very steep. So it's basically only these first two you can really see. But yeah, the views. Crazy. Found our way back. That is really, there's no pathway at all. You just follow the arrows. It's pretty cool. And another arrow. And another arrow. And there you have it. We are back at the beginning. That was just amazing. So that's where we went in. And that's where we now came from. So now I'm hiking my way back up to the starting point. Probably get a drink and then we get back on the bike. There's the bike. And you might wonder if these are the biggest potholes in the world. They're not. There are really bigger potholes. If you want to see the biggest in the world, just go drive the Belgium roads. Getting ready to hop back on the bike. However, I was charging my cameras on power banks. They're not charged enough to my liking. And there's a really nice road coming up. So I'm hooking it up to power. I'm just going to drive there. And then I'll get my cameras out and show you the road that I found. So I'll see you over there. This is the road I was telling you about. So I had to put on my cameras first, because you don't want to miss this. This is 50 kilometers of gravel, and as you can see, it's a toll road. Oh, sorry, it's a toll road. So let's just get on it, see what it's about, and then when I find a nice spot to have a stop, I'll tell you more about this road.
Yeah, it is pretty windy. It's draining the battery pretty fast. I kind of wanted to do like a follow shot, but I'm riding like right into the wind, so that's not really a good idea. Alright, let's keep going. I haven't actually looked at my kilometers, so I have no idea how far we are. And the 5 kilometers on my GPS is just, I don't know, I think probably maybe the middle. I have no idea where I pinned it, so that doesn't tell us anything. Oh look, there's cows. Hello. Don't mind me. Hello ladies. So I still haven't told you about this road actually. This is a really old road. They built it, I think, I don't remember, was it in the 50s? Because they were transporting stuff from the little towns over the water. But at some point there were so many towns that needed stuff transported that they built this road. And they built it from gravel at first, well, it's still gravel. But after every winter they would have to restore it again. And that cost a lot of money. So then, again, I'm not good with the numbers, we'll have to look it up. But I think then in the 80s or beginning 90s, that's when they turned it into a toll road. And that way they had enough money to keep fixing it after every winter season. And that's how it's now open every year. And I think it's about 10,000 vehicles that pass every summer now. And it was about roughly 10 or 20% that's tourism, like us today. And that's enough for the upkeep of this road. But it is still gravel and it remains gravel. Now that almost looks like Africa. Seems like a lot of dead trees. Or is it me? I mean, so far we've seen quite a lot of sceneries that remind us of other countries in Norway, which is kind of cool. It's like a mini Europe, or well, even beyond Europe now. Let's see what it is about. Because I do think it looks pretty promising. All the cottages. How nice. I do need to take a picture of that. Now, with the Instagrams out of the way, it is getting kind of late-ish. It's, if I'm not mistaken, about 4 o'clock. Yeah, 10 past 4. So we should get the rest of this road done then probably start to find a place to spend the night. Now, I'm not sure if we're gonna make it all the way to Geiranger, but once we get to the end of this road, I'll have a look at the GPS, what it says. If it's not too long, then I can probably go quite a bit up to Geiranger. And then it also depends on what we can find to spend the night. If there's a camping there, or maybe some kind of nice hotel. Bumpy. So I guess this is the main road again. Yep. And then let's do that stretch again. It was definitely worth it to take that little exit there. Even for that one single view. Well, it might even have been the best view from the whole road so far. I guess they're not used to seeing motorcycles opposed to cars. It seems like we made it to the end. So the way this toll works, it scans my license plate right now. And basically it works the same like getting a speeding ticket. So they will basically just send you an invoice to wherever your vehicle is registered. But they do add extra invoicing costs for that, and you can avoid those if you want. They just ask you to then go to their website, look up your license plate, and just pay it online, and then you just pay only the toll, because then they don't need to look up your license plate with the government and stuff. They don't need to ship letters to your home, all that kind of stuff. So if you just go on their website within 48 hours, look up your license plate, you pay the toll, and then you're done. So that's what I gotta do tonight. Looks like another ski resort. Or you can actually take the lift up and have a walk probably. Damn, it's busy here. Maybe we should come snowboarding here in Norway for a change. I've always been going to Austria. And then I think I've been in Switzerland once and France once or twice. I've always liked Austria the best. But I've never been skiing in Norway. You're not gonna believe this. So here's the Jotunheimvegen that we took. When we came out, we were supposed to go right. So we were driving up. But I went left. So now I've been driving all the way down here. Instead of going up and ending up in Geiranger over there. Now Geiranger, still 3, almost 4 hours. It's quite long. I do kind of want to get up there because we have seen like some of the fjords down here, so I want to go that way to see more of this. But looking at booking.com, the only thing I can find so far is here. So that would mean tomorrow we would have to drive up like this. We could take this route tomorrow to Geiranger as well. Okay, let's book that hotel. Okay, 6:15 is not too bad to arrive. Except I'm really not happy about the location where we are, but mistake after mistake these last few days, eh? Okay, 1 more hour to go. Let me get it out of the way and I'll see you in the hotel.
So, in my room, 2 beds. It's a nice room. The hotel is huge. I mean, they have like a full-on nightclub. They have a swimming pool. There's like mini golf on the roof. It's insane what they have here. But yeah, it's just for the night anyway. So I had an amazing day. It was crazy to see everything that we saw. I ended up a little bit differently than I wanted to end up because of that wrong turn I took. But for tomorrow, we are gonna keep going back up again. Probably not as far as Geiranger, but we'll see. I've got somewhat of a route planned for tomorrow. I'm hoping my GPS will take it this time, but we'll see in the morning. But for now, thanks for watching. Give me a like if you liked it, and maybe subscribe. That really helps out the channel. And yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Ciao.